Hey everyone, hello. So, there is a sea that does not breathe, a body of water so dense with salt that nothing can live within it. No fish, no plants, no flowing life, and yet this sea has spoken to prophets, mystics, kings, monks, and seekers for thousands of years. So today we journey to the lowest place on earth, the Dead Sea. Not just a geographical wonder, but as one of the most powerful spiritual metaphors ever written into the land itself. A place of judgment and stagnation, a mirror of spiritual emptiness, and paradoxically, a site of future healing, restoration, and resurrection. The Dead Sea sits more than 1,400 feet below sea level, making it the lowest exposed point on Earth. It receives water primarily from the Jordan River, yet it has no outlet. Water flows in, but nothing flows out. This single fact becomes the foundation of its spiritual meaning across Jewish, Christian, and mystical traditions. In contrast, just north lies the Sea of Galilee, fresh, teeming with life, surrounded by green hills. The Galilee receives water and gives it onward through the Jordan. The message is unmistakable. The Sea of Galilee gives and lives. The Dead Sea takes and dies. This natural reality becomes a spiritual teaching echoed in sermons, parables, and mystical writings for centuries. Spiritually, the Dead Sea represents a life that consumes but does not contribute, knowledge without wisdom, blessings without generosity, faith without movement, and power without humility. In Jewish wisdom literature, stagnation is not neutral. It is decay. To receive spiritual truth without allowing it to flow outward into compassion, justice, or service leads to inner barrenness. This is why the Dead Sea has often symbolized spiritual death, not from sin alone, but for refusal to give. A soul closed off becomes salted, hardened, preserved, but lifeless. The Dead Sea is traditionally associated with Sodom and Gomorrah, cities destroyed for corruption, injustice, and abuse of power. In Jewish tradition, the sin of Sodom was not merely immorality, it was radical selfishness. They criminalized generosity, they punished hospitality, and they hoarded abundance. And so the land itself reflects the judgment. A sea rich with minerals yet incapable of sustaining life. A reminder that abundance without righteousness leads to desolation. Yet, the Dead Sea is not only a symbol of death. Along its western shores lies En-Gedi, an oasis of waterfalls, caves, and fresh springs, a startling contrast to the surrounding desolation. This is where King David hid from Saul, finding refuge in the wilderness. Spiritually, En-Gedi teaches a profound truth. even in places of judgment, God preserves pockets of mercy. Even near spiritual death, living water still flows for those seeking refuge. David, the future king, was shaped not in palaces, but in desert caves beside the Dead Sea. Near the Dead Sea lived the Essenes, an ascetic Jewish sect devoted to purity, prayer, and preparation for divine intervention. They believed the world was spiritually corrupt, stagnant, much like the Dead Sea itself. So they withdrew into the wilderness, copying sacred texts that would one day be known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. Ironically, in the land of death, they preserved lifelong words. Scrolls hidden in salt caves survived over 2,000 years, untouched by decay, as if the Dead Sea, though lifeless, became a vault protecting divine truth. The most powerful spiritual reversal came from the prophet Ezekiel. In Ezekiel chapter 47, he sees a vision of a river flowing from the temple of God, growing deeper as it moves forward. And where does it flow? Into the Dead Sea. The prophet declares, when it enters the sea, the salty water there becomes fresh. Swarms of living creatures will live wherever the river flows. And this is one of the most radical promises in Scripture. The Dead Sea will live again. Judgment is not the final word. Stagnation is not eternal. Even the saltiest soul can be healed. In Jewish mysticism, this river represents divine consciousness, Shefa, the flowing abundance of God. When divine flow is restored, even spiritual death transforms into life. And Kabbalistic teachings emphasize that blessings must circulate. Energy that stagnates becomes destructive. Light that is hoarded becomes darkness. The Dead Sea represents a spiritual blockage, a severed flow between heaven and earth. The future healing of the Dead Sea symbolizes tikkun, cosmic repair, humanity restored, creation renewed, and flow reestablished. The Dead Sea asks a haunting question. What kind of sea are you becoming? Do you receive wisdom but never share it? Love but never give it? Truth but never act on it? Or do you allow divine water to move through you, healing others as it flows? The choice is always before us. The Dead Sea, the lowest place on earth, holds one of the highest spiritual truths. No soul is too low to be restored. No place is too dead for divine waters. And no stagnation is beyond healing. One day, says the prophet, even the Dead Sea will bloom. Until then, the land waits, silent, salty, and prophetic. And so do we. So yeah, that's it for today's video. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining, enlightening, or in some way beneficial. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with a friend or two. Alright everyone, take care. Peace.